This is a 14-piece set, and this one is 9,000 pieces. And today, I'm going to be building a LEGO set every single day for a month. But there's a catch. Each day, the set gets bigger, and we're going to be sinking the biggest one at the end of it all. Plus, there's going to be lore that goes on throughout the video. So hit that subscribe button, and LEGO. For day one, I started with this small 14-piece bathtub stunt bike set. It comes with this little guy I'm going to name Blocky McBlockface. He has a tattoo on his back and a life preserver in his front. And when you pull back on it, it runs off the table and into tomorrow's build. Because for day two, I got this Dino Market set from Jurassic Park. And this guy, who looks like he's friends with my chemistry teacher. Anyway, he's holding this little bug, and I also assembled a little station for him to put this egg and a baby dino. And it's pretty adorable. At least until it started violently maiming our boy Blocky McBlockface. Anyway, speaking of violent reptiles, for day three, we have the Ninjago Jumping Snake Battle set. It came with a minifigure named Jay, and this little stand holding snakes. So that way, when Jay steps down onto this piece, it violently launches snakes at our boy Blocky. Bro's definitely building up his villain arc right now. Because at day four, we have the biggest master builder, Emmett. And this 49-piece set can turn into 3 different builds, and I'm going to do all of them. First is this car, which he can use to run over Blocky McBlockface, and second is this crane to pick him up and then drop him. And third is my personal favorite, which is this mech, and you can use it to yeet him into space. Specifically at day 5's build. Now this one has to be one of the goofiest sets of all time. It's a giant asteroid field. So I'm going to call this 60-piece set Alderaan. It comes with a small tie build and a pilot to protect it, but unfortunately Blocky is stuck inside the asteroid field, so we need someone to save him. And that someone is going to be our day 6 build, Benny and friends. So I built up some of his space fleet and his friends, like Jenny, Lenny, and Kenny to help him. And I also built this small rover to ride and a spaceship from the 68 pieces because Benny loves. I also built his robot friend named Jeb from the web. So I sent them into space to get him, and after a small fight with the TIE fighter and the pilot, they got away, and Blocky was safe. Not before, of course, their ship crashed, and they landed on our build at day 7. This was an otter habitat build, which is a set from LEGO City. After building it up, it was a very nice habitat with these adorable little creatures playing around, until, of course, our boy Blocky McBlockface dropped out of the sky. And it's caused him to disrupt the ecosystem, which wasn't great for the otters, so I built the rest of this 90-piece ATV build, and a member of the otter guard to help kick him out. But it looks like someone from our day 8 build is going to get him, and that is the Assassin Droid Battle Pack. This 94-piece set comes with 3 silver regular Assassin Droids and 2 elite assassin droids. I don't know, it says it on the box. I built up their speeders and loaded these things called flick fire missiles in, and then they chased after Blocky. And it turns out that asteroid guard told his boss, who is the main villain, Florida Man, how Blocky escaped, and he sent out a bounty to find him. Now the assassin droids weren't that bright, but they are shiny, so this let Blocky find a safe place to hide with his best friend in day 9's build, the Springfield Adventure. And this one's 98 pieces with their guide, Homeboy Homer. He let our boy Blocky McBlockface chill out with him on the couch and help avoid the assassin droids after him. In the past time, I built the TV for them so they could watch Itchy and Scratchy and drink Buzz Cola. Unlucky for Blocky, the droids found him, so he had to escape on top of Homer's pretty tiny pink car, which is a pretty fun build, by the way. But again, lucky for Blocky, our day 10 build of Jyn Erso is here to save him. He also broke the 100-piece barrier, so that's enough. She comes with a blaster, a baton, and a really creepy face. She shot at and took down the speeder bike, which took down all the shiny silver ones, and then took out her baton to take on the elite assassins by basically just beating them senselessly. And now they have to wait together for the next build, which is of course going to be the 105-piece Snowtrooper Battle Pack with these 3 bros, and the one guy who thinks he's in the friend group, but nobody else does. They came set up with defenses, speeders, and even a giant cannon to take on the Behemoth Jyn variant. She knew this would be her final stand, so she yeeted our boy Blocky McBlockface far away from them and took him on one last time. And it turns out she threw him to our day 12 build, which is this large 110-piece LEGO set of a LEGO brick. Some say it may have the key to eternal life or Jedi powers, but I don't know, that seems kind of sus. So I built it up and it's pretty cool, not gonna lie. But our boy Blocky ended up landing right next to it and may have been infused with the great powers that brick might have. Or maybe it's just a dumb brick, I don't know. So for day 13, I got this 501st Clone Trooper pack with 119 pieces and 4 baller clone bros. They were sent out by Florida Man to recover a giant LEGO brick and more importantly, take out some young ones. They brought a cannon and an officer named Captain Botched, because he botches every mission he's a part of. Now that Blocky McBlockface has these powers, he wanted to learn how to use them, so he started to look for someone to help him, and that is our day 14 build, the Tinu Jedi Temple. But unfortunately for him, he's being followed. Now at the temple, Blocky met Jedi Master Yoda and 2 small children, and this 124-piece set came with everything. A training area, a speeder, and most importantly, a place to take a nap. And Yoda taught him all about the ways of the Force, and how to lift rocks and younglings. They became pretty good friends, but unfortunately those troopers that were following him started to shoot at the younglings. Now with his powers, our boy used his newly learned ability to summon a bathtub time machine and jet out, leaving all his new friends to die, which I don't think Yoda's gonna forgive. And it turns out he jet off to the Day 15 build, a 170-brick amusement park with a ring toss with little ducks, a strongman hangar that makes you feel insecure, and most importantly, the banana swing, fully fitted with a monkey on top. He wanted a good time, so he rode the rides, played ring toss, and totally got the W on the strongman game. Now, little Brickster thought he was cool and wanted to show him his own time travel machine, which it turns out is the build for the 16th. It's called the Cosmic Cardboard Cutout Adventure, and it was built by this little kid Brickster in his own bedroom, with the help of Sir Meowsalot, of course. Now, using his scientific skills, 203 pieces, and teddy bear energy, he created a time machine that runs on soda power and can go wherever you want it to while being made completely from cardboard. The only issue is little Brickster doesn't actually know how to travel, so our boy came in and stole the tracking tech and put it on his bathtub, then jet out. Now, little Brickster was less than happy with him and definitely wanted to get his tech back. Now, for day 17, I got the 200-piece Disney Parade train, and they all have their own floats, like Moana's Island, Woody from Toy Story's Roundup, and Peter Pan and Tinkerbell's Pirate Ship, and of course the leader of the band, Mickey and Minnie Mouse. And out of the sky, our boy Blocky McBlockface just dropped, and he was excited because he always wanted to go to Disney World and meet his favorite character, Goofy. Now, Goofy wasn't there for some reason, and since he was gone, our boy started to beat the living daylights out of everyone there, and nobody was safe. For this day, I got the Forest Hideout set with the Honorable Sir Studsworth, whose cousin's also a fox. So I ended up building this small outpost with some small black bricks, a shield with a deer on it, and a few trees. He was actually in the middle of an archery lesson when out of nowhere, a bathtub appeared with our boy, Blocky McBlockface. Him and Sir Studsworth became great friends, and Studsworth taught him archery, and when they were doing spear throwing, our boy Blocky accidentally ended his wife. Yeah, now seems like a good time for Blocky to jet off to a galaxy far, far away. And at day 19, I bought the 262-piece Republic clone tank that comes with 2 droids, 3 Grimace-colored clones, and Nick Fury. You can load up pretty much all the boys in, and they will take on all of these droids, and by all I mean 2, and they will take them down using the flick fires, lightsabers, and just sheer ramming power. Now, there was a small droid army ahead, and the Jedi and clones wanted to make a run for it, but just then, Blocky dropped in with his time travel machine. "Can you help us, Sith?" "Yes, he can," and he used his tub to distract the droids while they went in for the kill. Blocky's finally doing a double. And while that was happening, on day 20, Ahsoka and a clone took over a droid tank set I built. It comes with 4 minifigures, and one of them's a clone trooper, and part of the feature of this set is you can spin the cannon around and shoot at the dumb clones. Roger, roger. Now, when Blocky saw a tank coming, he thought they were prepping to attack him, but didn't know there were other good guys inside, so he kinda shot at the tank. "Why'd you do that?" "They were going to shoot us." "Okay, just don't do it again." At least Ahsoka survived, but they were all pretty on edge as they approached our day 21 build, which is Luke Skywalker's 474-piece X-Wing fighter. With Luke, Princess Leia, R2-D2, and this old guy. I built it up, and it was cool to build the features where the wings open up, and where you can shoot lasers at them. Just then, our boy Blocky and his new good guy friends came rolling up with a brand new tank, and Luke thought they were bad guys, and he was gonna start shooting at them. Now, our boy used his brain powers and sensed this, and he actually shot back at Luke before Luke could shoot at them. But nobody believed him, and he got kicked out, and now our boy's gonna try to find his lost brother, Brickley McBrickface, who's this 654-piece Lego minifigure build, and then I popped together his legs, arms, and even his head. And he also lives inside his head, as most people do, but he actually lives in there. Now, Blocky traveled in because he knows he's being hunted down by this mysterious boss from Florida who's been going around and amassing an army of all the people who are mad at our boy. His brother told him he would help, but he would need some music stuff first because Blocky needs to summon some old friends. So they went to find some K-pop stars for day 23, with the 749-piece K-pop set that came with way too much stuff, like a full-on disco, a record store, a donut shop, a basketball court to shoot some hoops, and an ice cream truck. It's also loaded with K-pop stars, and I know none of their names, so you can tell me who they are in the comments. But then a bathtub that our boy Blocky McBlockface and his brother were riding into town stopped, and they had some questions. "We need to know where we can get donuts and the biggest instrument you have." After munching on some juicy donut holes and a quick concert, they were on their way to the big instrument at day 24, a large Fender guitar. And they did not pay the K-pop guys for this, by the way, so they're not happy either. Now next, Blocky's gonna jet off to our next place, my kitchen. That's right, because I'm gonna tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Factor. Now if anyone likes food, you know it's me, and also Florida Man. Now if there's anything I don't like, it's cooking. Because shopping for food and cooking food takes away much of my valuable time. I could be doing other things, like building Legos. Isn't that right, Swedish chef? Nah, he actually likes cooking. Now lucky for me, these Factor meals take only 2 minutes to cook and take 0 prep work. So let's open it up. Now included, we have like 6 meals and 4 juices, and it's also made in America. Now all you have to do is pick a meal type and they'll choose meals for you. I ended up choosing Chef's Choice because I generally trust cooks, like Walter. Now let's get cooking. Oh, that actually smells really good. Anyway, I'm gonna put it in the microwave. Now while I let Walt cook, head to factor75.com or use my link in the description with code RepublicStuds50 and you'll be getting 50% off your entire order. That's some pretty good savings. And now we're gonna zoom on in to the next set. But this is the large 1,000-piece Fender guitar set. It would also probably be cheaper to buy an off-brand real guitar, but it's still pretty cool. First, I built a stand and put a guitar build on it to rock some epic tunes, so that way everyone can hear it. I also built up the amp, which looks kind of like a grill you can make glizzies on, and now they're all connected. Now our boy Blocky McBlockface needed this guitar because his brother could use the giant mech suit and play it, and it was actually a really fun thing to set up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when he played it, his space buddies came back in a completely new ship. They came in a Galaxy Explorer set, which is this $100 1,000+ piece set. I noticed it was loaded with details like a bed, a command station, a storage unit, and an escape rover in the back that you could pull out a platform and it rolls out by itself, and even escape pods on the side. Obviously, I had to bring back in Benny, Lenny, Jeb, and friends to ride along with our boy Blocky, because they heard he was in trouble and they're still friends. But they really need to start getting prepared because Florida Man is gathering a huge army. And by the way, you can buy your Florida Man with the link in the description. Now Blocky had to stop at one more place, and that was of course the Great Pyramids in Egypt. My people had a history of building these, so it didn't take long to do, and it's also like 1,476 pieces. And they even used some ladder pieces to design it, which is really cool, and I like how they did it. And my favorite feature of this set is where you can take off the top half and see what the pyramids were like under construction. Now our boy Blocky and his team went here because Blocky has magic powers, and the pyramid has a map to get him to the golden idol he needs. So now he just has to go up the mountain and get the map. Let's get it! And then they copped it. Now for day 27, I built the Temple of the Golden Idol from Indiana Jones. It also has some of the most fun build techniques and most cursed face statues I've ever seen. It's also like 1,500 pieces, which isn't that bad. But our boy Blocky needed to put Indy on pause because he needed to do a quick run through to get the idol. He ran by some dead bodies and spikes, then swung across the cavern over to the idol, which was also surrounded by really creepy faces, including this Lego one. He's about to swap it, and he got it. Oh no, what's that shaking? What the block? And as Blocky made for his escape, the door was about to close, but he survived, and now he just needs to outrun the rock and escape those creepy faces. Ah! Mission success. Now at day 28, I need a sword, and what better way to get one than going to a medieval blacksmith to help us build one. The roof of this set had a really creative design, and inside was just as beautiful with cool details like this bearskin rug. Then if you go another level down, there's a full kitchen with a wood stove and a kitchen table to eat a lot of carrots. And at the bottom of it, there was this blacksmith's shop and a blacksmith named Werner, and he'd been given a job by our boy Blocky McBlockface to turn this golden idol into a very shiny gold sword. Now while he was working on that, our boy Blocky toured around the set checking out all the beautiful build techniques, like the build of the apple tree or the craftsmanship on the building. Blocky really happened to like the tree build, but I was a bigger fan of the architecture. And the blacksmith's done with the sword. He gave it to Blocky to try, and so Blocky can make sure it works, he stabbed him directly in the stomach, killing him instantly. And let's just say the blacksmith's friends were not happy about that at all. And now the sword's ready to be used for day 29, where I copped this huge 2,509 piece Fortress set, which is a remake of this 40-year-old classic one, and it comes with a really cool royal ship and a small pirate one. Now beneath the fortress, there's a lot of secret passages to buried treasure, all being defended by the captain and his crew, and also a monkey. Now the captain's boss is Florida Man, which probably explains the palm trees, and they are on high alert. Now our boy Blocky needs this treasure to buy a super weapon he wants, so he hired pirates to sneak him into the fort, which was easier said than done. Once they got in, Blocky went around and grabbed a nice drink, and after going through some more caverns and looking in one with a dead guy, Blocky found the treasure. And lucky for him, escape was pretty easy. He just used this cave slide to get his treasure and himself out. But he completely abandoned the pirates who helped him get in. They're definitely another enemy of Blocky's now that are going to be joining up with Florida Man and his gang, who are now all gathering on the island to get prepared for the major assault of Blocky. But Blocky's making his moves too, because at day 30 we have one of the coolest LEGO sets ever, the Death Star. Yeah, the same one that Ned dropped in Spider-Man, and it has over 3,000 pieces with 25 minifigures and like 15 completely separate rooms. And it also cost me like $700 at a LEGO convention, which was painful. Now obviously the Emperor owns the Death Star, and our boy Blocky McBlockface tried to make him an offer to buy him from him. Of course using the treasure he stole, because he still needs to destroy one of the biggest sets that Florida Man is going to be loading up pretty soon. But the Emperor was not having it. He wants to keep his Death Star, and he had Darth Vader throw him down a shaft. But our boy was able to swing across it and hop around to the elevator to go up to Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. Then he stole it and flew it around to try and take them both down, but there were cannons directly above it, so he had to surrender and go to Death Star jail. Lucky for him, Chewbacca broke him out of jail, and they had to use the garbage chute to escape. But he went back up the elevator and took on the Emperor one last time, stabbing him in the face. And they were all too afraid to confront him, so he threw them all in the trash compactor. Now Blocky has a lot of allies, and he has to prepare because he has a lot about to happen. But first we have to build the last set, which at day 31 and the last day of the month is the Titanic, which is the biggest set of the entire series and one of the biggest LEGO sets ever. Now, I'll admit I was surprised when I saw LEGO decide to do a Titanic because it's such a tragedy. But anyway, let's slice it up, pour it out, and get building. I spent a lot of time putting this set together and got through about 2 seasons of South Park while doing it. Now, my favorite thing about the build were the smokestacks, and clipping each of the individual parts together was really satisfying. I absolutely love the hundreds of micro-scale staterooms, pool, and even engines you could totally pull out, which actually have moving functions. I also copped some cursed minifigures of Jack and Rose, who are both at the front of the ship, and we'll be seeing what it's like when they drown later. Because Florida Man has to set sail with all our boy Blocky McBlockface's enemies to try and end him once and for all. So he started to load them all off the island, and the ship is getting ready to set sail. And it's all going to come to the conclusion in my pool. But our boy Blocky went away from his weapon for a little bit because he needed to spy on Florida Man and see what he was doing, but he wasn't on the ship. It turns out he snuck on with some of his allies to Blocky's Death Star and just completely self-destructed it, so now Blocky has no weapons. And also all of Blocky's allies like the Spaceman and Chewbacca and even his brother were really upset at Blocky because he hasn't been paying attention to them, and also he hasn't paid him. So they all joined up with Florida Man to take him down. Now all Blocky has is his bathtub, his sword, and a willingness to fight. So he headed over to the pool to take on the fleet of Florida Man and his allies one last time. An epic battle happened and Blocky took on everybody. The man may be a masochist, but he's a real fighter, you can give him that. But Blocky's pretty smart, so he realized there's one thing that can defeat a man from Florida and the Titanic: the cold. More specifically, an iceberg. So I got this set I froze for another video and had it run directly in to the Titanic. And chaos ensued. People were drowning and the ship started to go underwater. Curse you, blockhead! Now some people were able to get on a lifeboat and survived, but pretty much everyone else was a floater. But Blocky's a generous guy, so he got out back there on his tub and dragged the one lifeboat to safety. Why are you saving us? Because it's better to live in a world with enemies than a world by yourself. Well, maybe we don't have to be enemies neither. And at least now they're friends. Now Blocky had to apologize to all the people he wronged earlier. Hey guys, I'm sorry for committing a lot of war crimes against you all, and killing your wife, friends, and family, and stealing all your stuff. Well, that friendship didn't last very long, so Blocky decided it was probably a good time to go. Now, that was my experiment with LEGO storytelling over the course of 30 days, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. Also, if you guys don't know, I have a second channel you could check out. We've been doing a lot of uploads on there. It's very LEGO Star Wars centered, so if that's your thing, you can subscribe to Republic Studs 2. Or subscribe to Republic Studs 1. And if you're still watching, comment Blocky is a war criminal. With that said, I hope you guys all enjoyed. Peace out, and stay awesome.
Well done.